Right. Squat and all squatting movements, lower body warm-up mobility routine. So this routine of 8 exercises is really good to prepare your ankles and your hips to to be able to do full range bodyweight squats and also loaded squats. So let's begin. The first exercise is ankle stretches, static ankle stretches. You're going to get into this position. This is the ankle we're going to stretch, and you just want to put your weight on it, lean forward, keep the heels down, keep the whole foot down, and feel how your toes are coming towards your knees and stretching the calf here. Okay, hold it for about 30 to 60 seconds, change to the other side. So whole foot down and weight on it and push it down. Keep the heel down, feel the calf stretching. After about 30 to 60 seconds, you can, if you want, also include a bit of rocking motion, going back and forward, giving it a bit of a dynamic stretch as well. Okay, the second exercise, ankle cars, ankle controlled articular rotations. You want to sit relaxed and lock in your knee, lock in your leg so that only movement comes from the ankle. Now we're going to rotate the ankle, pointing the toes down. Make a big circle with your toes as if you are drawing a line, drawing a circle with your toes. Go around and come back down and change direction. Try to remain in control the entire time. Don't rush through it. And control. Another rep. Pull, flex your foot as much as you can towards your knee. Turn. Left as well and show you from the other side. Side view. Extend, curl, in control. Pull your toes up, move around, control them down, and reverse. Stay in control, move through the sticking points. Rep. Okay. Good. Next one, kneeling squats. You won't see my face, but you only need to see the bottom half anyway. Keeping your feet and your knees close together. Squat. Feel how it stretches, how your ankles are flexing, and how you have a stretch at the back of your calf. And once you can't keep your heels on the bottom anymore, lift and drop into a kneeling position. This stretches your toes and the soles of your feet. Come back up and repeat. Slowly lower down. Drop the knees, back up. View from the side. So feet together, knees together, lower down, stretch, feel the calf stretching. Once you can't go any lower, lift the heels off, drop, come back up. We're moving on from the ankles, calves to the hips. Next one is 90-90. So sit upright, heels slightly wider than your shoulders, and now drop both knees to either side. Let's go to the left. So now you're sitting with your legs in 90 degrees. Front leg 90 degrees, back leg 90 degrees. Keep your body upright. Feel the stretch on the inner hip. Okay. Once you're comfortable, you can lean forward slightly, get a glute stretch on the front leg as well, and back, forward, and back. Shift it to the other side. You just need to raise the knees, both knees, raise. You get a stretch this way as well in the transition, and drop on the other side. Get into position first, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, torso upright, rock forward, rock back, forward, back. Do that a couple of times to each side. Transition, transition through, forward, backward, transition back. As you transition, try to open the knees wide and drop into the 90-90 position. Okay. Hip TARs, hip controlled articular rotations. Start in the all fours in a table pose. Feet, toes on the floor, ball on the foot on the floor. Now raise your right knee towards your elbow. Keep your body firm. Don't compensate. Forward. Bring it up. As much as you can rotate, and up without compensation in the lower back. And down to the middle. Back up. Front. So, all fours position, table pose. Let's do it on the left. Bring the knee in, up towards your elbow, up towards the side. Do not open up the hip. Keep. In and up and out. Biggest possible circle. Without opening up the hip. There we go. That was exercise number 5. Number 6. The greatest stretch ever. It's called that because it is the greatest stretch ever. Start out in a plank. Start out in a plank position, a push-up position. And then place either foot, let's say the left, next to your left hand. Now you're in a wide, long step. Keeping the back leg straight, hip low. Now we want to take the inside hand, so the hand closer to the foot, and stretch it under the other hand. So open up the hip as you go through. Come up. Twist from the thoracic spine, open and back and up and back. Try to twist and reach a bit further with every rep. Come back to the middle. Okay, show the same on the right. Start in a plank. Bring your foot next to your hand. keep my hip low, back leg straight. Now reach the inside hand in and under, stretch. Again, keep the hip low, don't let the hip rise. Keep the hip low and the body straight. And then open up. And again. And in. Okay. Great. We're almost ready to squat. Hips are nice and open, hips are activated. Next one we're going to do sumo squats. Pull it a little bit more back. So wide sumo stance, feet turned out. You want to lower down into your squat with control. So keep the knees open, keep the knees over the toes, tracking over the toes. Go until parallel or lower if possible, and then come back up. Control the descent. Keep the knees open actively. Use your adductors to keep the hip open. Good. And now we're almost ready to squat. Last warm-up or mobility drill before we actually squat, especially if you're doing loaded squats, is to do a squat. So set up for your squat, feet shoulder width, heels under the shoulders, toes slightly turned out, and now lower down, tilt the hip, lower down between your feet into a squat hold. In the squat hold, make sure your knees are tracking over your toes, so actively work to actively open the hips and keeping the body as upright as possible. Breathe a few times and then come back up. Good. With that, you should be ready to squat, your ankles nice and warm, your hips fired up, and you're ready to go.